dear friend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I wanted to share a couple of exercises to strengthen, open, and stretch out the wrists. Now, the wrists are a really important body part to bring attention to, especially in our yoga practice, since we spend so much time in weight-bearing exercises like our downward facing dog, our planks, our chaturanga. Now, you'll notice that in these shapes, we want to bring more attention to bringing weight into the finger pads and knuckles and the fleshy part of the palm, pressing less weight on this meridian line, this soft part at the center of the palm. And we don't want to put too much weight on the wrists. Now, to take this first exercise, what you'll do is you'll spread your arms out wide, like in a T shape, and we'll start having the palms just facing down. Soften your shoulders down away from the ears. And we're gonna move through a couple of wrist extensions and flexions. So we'll start by coming into wrist flexion. So you'll have the fingers pointing down towards the floor. Spread your fingers out wide and just make sure that you're not locking out the elbows, keeping a micro bend through the elbows so that you're not hyperextending. And imagine you are adding a little bit of resistance here, like you're pressing something away from your body. Notice how that feels in the wrists. And then we'll move through wrist extension now, flipping the fingers to the point up towards the ceiling. Again, spreading the fingers out wide. And same thing here, imagine you're pressing something away from your body. You might notice this opening, separation through the shoulders, maybe breathing here into this expansion all across the torso. Noticing how the wrists feel. Maybe even seeing if you can press your wrists further out past the fingers. So the fingers actually press in towards your body. That'll create even deeper stretch and opening for the wrists. Now give your wrists a little shake. And we're gonna do the same thing, but this time having the palms flipping up towards the ceiling. Arms at shoulder height. You can soften, roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep the muscles in your face nice and soft. And then we'll flip the fingers to point down towards the floor again. Spread your fingers out wide. Take a couple of breaths here, noticing how your wrists feel in this shape. And then come back through neutral, having the palms flipping up, and then flipping the fingers to point upwards towards the sky. So the palms are facing in towards your body, and then the back of the hands are pointing or facing outwards. And again, we're adding a little bit of resistance here, like you're pressing something away. You might even experience an opening through the shoulders, the chest. And again, just giving your wrists and arms a little shake. You can shrug the shoulders up and down a few times and just let that go. Now for these next exercises, I'm gonna come onto your hands and knees in a tabletop position. I'm going to continue to face y'all here. So your shoulders will be stacked directly underneath the wrists and these stacked directly underneath the hips from here. Just start by spreading the fingers out wide and shifting your weight slightly forward and back, side to side. You can even create little circles above the wrists, shifting the body clockwise, then counterclockwise a couple of times. And then we'll flip the fingers so they face outwards with the wrist pointing in. Really press down with your finger pads and knuckles, those fleshy parts of the palm. And same thing here, just shifting your weight, exploring the different sensations, noticing how your wrists feel in this variation. You're adding that weight now above the wrists. And then finally, we'll flip the fingers so they point in towards the body. And you might notice that this shape can feel pretty intense, but keep in mind you can really modify this position to suit whatever it is that you need. So if you want more of a stretch, you might bring your hips closer towards the heels. So I'll come onto my side. So you can come to rest a little bit further back through space. That's a pretty deep, intense stretch for the wrists. If you want to keep it still nice, soft, subtle, you can work on just shifting the weight. You can keep a soft bend through the elbows. And once you've had enough, just giving your wrists a little shake, side to side. We'll come back in our tabletop position. And finally, we'll flip the fingers or the palms to face up towards the ceiling. So kind of like we did earlier, shifting the weight forward and back. But perhaps noticing the different sensations that you're feeling in the wrists, in the hands. Thinking about maybe what does it feel like to plug the backs of your fingers into the floor. You might even try making fists with the hands from this shape, opening and closing the hands. And let's try now palms facing up, fingers pointing in towards your body. Shifting your weight left, right, side to side. You might return back to those circles with the body. Really, the movement that you take here can really come from an organic, natural place. Allow yourself to explore how different movements relate to the sensation in your body and relate to sensation in the wrists. And once you've had enough, you can come back to a seat and just shake that out, giving your arms, wrists a little rest. And finally, for our last little wrist stretch, have your palms facing up, make fists with your hands, and just open and close the hands. You can try this a few times with palms facing up, and then see what it feels like palms facing down. You can explore different variations. Imagine you're sprinkling something away from your body. And finally, hands interlace and just creating a figure 8 shape with the wrists. So these exercises you can take any time before, after your practice. Wrists are a really important place to warm up, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of weight-bearing exercises in your yoga practice. There are also really great exercises to take in between to give your wrists a break if you're sitting at a desk or typing all day. So I hope that those tools are there for you to explore, and I'd love to see you on the mat soon. Take care. Thanks for watching.